Life can be full of challenges. Sometimes life can be wicked based on the perception you are looking at it. Sometimes life can be, you know, upside down. Sometimes you feel like giving up. Sometimes you feel that the end of the world has actually come. Sometimes you feel that nobody cares about you and you are lonely in this world. You feel that the world has turned its back against you. Sometimes you feel nobody cares about you. Sometimes you feel that the only thing that can solve your problem is, by committing something heinous, something ugly, something, that will make you to forget about your nightmare. But never forget that at the end of every tunnel, there is always a light. And there is a word that says that weeping may endure for a night, but joy will surely come in the morning. So why giving up? Why thinking that it's all over? There's a word that says it is not over until it is over. You don't need to give up. You don't need to lose all hope. You don't need to feel bad. You don't need to feel rejected. You don't need to feel dejected. You don't need to feel that the world is crashing upon you. No, because the end has not come. Why not lift up your spirit? Why not motivate yourself? Why not tell yourself, I'm a champion? I'm born a champion. Why don't you look at that mirror in the morning and say to yourself, and by saying your name and telling yourself that you're a champion, that you are born to make it in life, that you're extraordinary, that you are unique, that you are special, that God is making something good in your life, that God is turning you around your circumstances to something great. Why don't you believe in yourself? It is never over until it is over. Only losers gives up. Only those that feel that the end has come will never was summoned to that level of being a champion. Remember, God has given you everything around you to be what you want to become. So why losing hope? Why giving up? Why feeling that you are dejected or you are rejected or the world is crashing upon you? Why don't you rise up and what? And take up the bull by the horn. It is never over, my brother. It is never over, my sister. Encourage yourself. Believe in yourself. You know, put yourself, lift up yourself, lift up that spirit, that dejected spirit, that sad spirit, that spirit that is saying that it is all over. Why don't you tell yourself it is not over? Why don't you tell yourself the world is not going to crash upon you? Remember, those that are there that are making a good testimony about life today, that the world is looking upon them as being the greatest in the world today, they've passed through a lot of things in life. Some of them feel like committing a suicide. Some of them have passed through circumstances that is even beyond your own, that is even worse, that is even ugly, that is even terrible, that is even bad, that is even a nightmare, that is even hell, that is even a pain in their ass. And yet these guys never give up. Some of them have not even taken an egg in their life. Some of them have not even wore a slippers in their life. Some of them have not even put up a t-shirt on their body in their life. But look at them today. These guys have surmounted every mountain. And today they are what that the world is actually celebrating them. So why giving up? Why losing that hope? Why don't you encourage yourself and tell yourself you're a giant? You are a giant. You are a giant. God made you a giant. You are a little angel. And as an angel, you make a pronouncement and it comes to pass. You know, never give up. Never lose hope. The best is yet to come. And the best is coming your way. Don't give up. Don't look down on yourself. Don't think the world is all over. Don't hang yourself because the best is coming your way. Encourage yourself. The economy may look down. The economy may be sliding. the economy may not be good. You must have lost your job. You tomorrow there's not even anything for you to eat. You don't feel, ah man, what am I going to eat tomorrow? There's no food on the table. But believe that the best is coming. Never give up. Who knows tomorrow your millions is coming your way? It can happen within a twinkling of an eye. Just believe and have the faith. Everything in this life is possible. There are a lot of us today that we've passed through a lot of problems, and today we can say categorically that we are one step or 10 steps, you know, above our problems. Challenges will always come, problems will always come. But don't forget that your problem is a challenge, and as a champion, you must overcome your challenge. Look at the birds of the air. They neither sow, they don't plant anything, but yet these birds of the air, they feed every day and they even look more fresher and healthier. So why don't you believe in the power of prayers? Sometimes prayer can turn that circumstances around and make you smile at the end of the day. Apart from praying, why don't you sing praises to God? God can hear your prayer. His ears are not blocked to your praises. It will turn your circumstances around. Now also, take a look at yourself. What are those things that you do that bring you down? What are those things that you do that is not right? What are those things that you do that you think that these things are not actually the right thing for me to do? What are those things that you are doing that is not lifting you out of this present predicament you find yourself? Sometimes you have to look inward. Sometimes you have to look inward by looking at those things that you've been doing before that they are not helping you. Then you take a new step, you take a bold step, you re strategize yourself and turn around the whole circumstance to your own advantage. Don't give up in life. You are born to be a champion. There is never a problem in life that does not have a solution. Every problem will always have a solution. So believe in yourself and have that confidence that you are going to overcome that present situation you find yourself. So don't give up yet. It is never over until it is over. I want to just use this medium to encourage you tonight to let you know that there is a greater one up there, that's looking at your present situation. Why don't you call upon him? Why don't you pray to him? Why don't you sing praises to him? And also, why don't you turn around and work very hard? You know, why don't you go and learn from the ants? The ant is an animal that we can all learn from. In the period of what of buoyancy or abundance, the ants they store things up, and when there is nothing at all, they go to that store and eat, so that in the period of famine, they are never, hungry. Most of us we are very extravagant. We spend money endlessly on things that we don't even want, on things that are not even important. Some of us will live a first life. Apart from that, some of us will buy expensive things that we don't even need. You buy expensive clothes, you buy expensive shoes, you live extravagantly, you live be above your income, and at the end of the day, you are unable to save any money. It is not by force you have to live in a two, three bedroom flat. Why don't you start with a single room? It is not by force you have to buy a designer clothes. It is not by force that you have to buy a designer shoe. Why don't you form the habit of what? Of savings. Savings go a long way. I can bet you those money you spend endlessly on those things. You drink beer to the point of stupor. You drink beer to the point of being drunk. Why don't you stop those beers you drink? Why don't you save that money? I can bet you within a year, you'll be surprised by how much you're going to make. I know I want to teach you a little trick this night. Why don't you have something like a box in your house? Why don't you have a box in your cupboard? Every day you come back from work or from the office or from anywhere, why don't you form the habit of dropping something in that box? Drop something in that box every day. And I can bet you at the end of the year, go back to that box and break it and see how much you're gonna make. I can bet you'll be surprised by what you're gonna see in that box. So all those money you use extravagantly, all those money you we waste every time, why don't you form the habit of putting that money in a box and go to that box after a year and check it? And I can bet you can use that money to start something in your life. You don't need to copy people. You don't need to be like others. You don't need to be like other people. You want to dress like them, you want to copy them in everything they do. Have you forgotten that your incomes are not the same? Your income are never the same. In the point of you trying to be like other people or copying other people, you end up become incurring debt to yourself. So think about all this tonight, and I can bet you, if you put some of these things into practice, your life will change for a better. So don't give up yet. Don't lose your hope yet. Better days are coming, and I can bet you, at the end of every tunnel, there's going to be a light, and you're going to smile at the end. Thank you for watching this video. Till we see next time. Goodbye. Bye bye.